Hi, I have heard people saying that they can read in English, they do understand English, they can read in English, but the problem that they do face that they can't speak in English. Yes, see, first of all, you should know this is a very common problem that most of the people that they do face with them, that they can read in English, they can understand in English, but they can't speak in English. Do you know why? The problem is that they do not have the good sentence structure or good sentence database in themselves. Because if you want to spend something and if you want to buy something from the market, you should have good amount in your wallet. Huh? Because if you won't have that the same amount in your wallet, you of course you won't be able to buy that thing from the market. The same case is with English. If you want to spend some English words from or from within yourself, then you should have good data English database within yourself. You should have good sentence structure within yourself. Suppose let's take the example. Suppose if you study in any college or you work somewhere and you have to deal with so many people there. Suppose a girl is studying in any college. So he or she has to converse with the professor or the lecturers, and or she has to converse with the friends or the people while in the journey or while traveling like that. So she should have good sentence database built up. So whenever she wants to have the conversation with the professor or the lecturer, she should know what to speak. Most of the time, she should have the good database regarding the queries, how to ask the questions like that. So she should have the good database for the same. Now, next thing that I'll recommend you that to learn good pronunciations also. See, if your pronunciations are correct, that means your confidence level would also be high automatically. And the scientific research has also been made on the same, that if any individual is speaking with the right pronunciation, then he or she would be more confident while speaking that language. So it's very important that you should know the right pronunciation of the words, because that will help you gaining confidence and that will help you in the public speaking, of course. Third, the third thing is that English is not a solo activity, of course. You can't learn English at your individual level. Of course, you can read, understand, you can watch movies like that, but you need someone to practice with. It's very important. So, do find people around you with whom you can converse. And those could maybe your family, with your friends or your colleagues, whosoever. But start practicing. It's very important, because until and unless you won't practice, you won't be able to speak good English again. Because for the fluency and to gain good confidence to speak good English at the public level, you have to practice. You have to practice. Then next step that I'll recommend you that to speak little bit slower than your native language. Suppose you speak in Hindi, and of course speaking in Hindi or in any language that is your native language, of course you will speak very much faster, because you are used to with that language, and that is language. Again, I'm telling you, that is the language for you. But learning English or the English is not the language for you. English is the skill that you have to learn, that you have to for the same you have to speak much slower, little bit slower. I'll recommend you, according to your native language. Then speak naturally. It's very important. Speak naturally. You should not sound very bookish. Do not read the sentence and side by side you are just speaking something or somewhere like that. It should not be like that. You should sound naturally. You should not be in your passive sense like that. You should speak in your natural sense, as if you are speaking your own language. Do not pretend somewhere. Because if you are not able to pronounce any word, huh, just replace that word with its synonyms and all. And the next step is that do build your good vocabulary also. It's very important, because until and unless you are having good vocabulary in your mind, how you can retrieve the same when the time comes, or at the time that when you have to use that vocabulary. The same with your sentence structure database, and again with the vocabulary database should also be very very good. And you should know synonyms, antonyms of the vocabulary of the words. Next thing, very important tip that I want to discuss with you all is that just keep yourself simple at the beginning level. It's very simple. Do not pretend that I want to speak very fashioned word, or do not try to speak very creative, impressive word, and I can impress someone with my good English, with my impressive or the difficult words like that. Just keep yourself simple at beginning. It's very, very important, because that simplicity in your language will give you the confidence. That will give you the confidence again. Now, the next step, I'll recommend you that do watch English movies, or do watch English news channels again. But you may tell me that ma'am, you have told me in beginning that these things won't work actually. See, you should know the right application of that tip. See, if I'll tell you that to watch the English movies, of course you can watch the English movies, but within a couple of days or week you will feel monotonous. You will feel very bored, and you will stop just watching those movies again. But why? Because you haven't chosen that movies according to your interest actually. Those English movies with those subtitles which should link with your interest. Suppose if you like the action movies, then do choose the action English movies. Do not go with the love stories and like that, or with the subtitles where the English is very good like that. Do not go for the same. Do link with your choice again. Your interest matters a lot, because in that case you would go much longer. And if you watch any movie for 2.5 hours or 3 hours, that means at that time, at that period of time, for the 3 hours, you would be completely immersed in that language. You would be completely immersed in that language. But for that immersion, your interest matters. Your interest matters a lot. If you do not like love stories and you are watching the love stories, of course you won't be able to learn much longer in that case. Again, I have told you would lose interest within a couple of days or weeks or some time. So it's very important to watch the movies that links up with your interest again. Now, the next step I would like to share with you all is that start reading the books. But again, your interest matters a lot. Do take that content that is of your use. If you read in your college and you are fond of reading novels, then you may read novels. And if you are fond of and if you're fond of peeping out in the life of any celebrity, then you may read that content. That doesn't matter a lot, but your interest matters a lot. I recommend you to just read the content that is linked with your interest again. And you may watch the English news channels also. You may watch, because nowadays I don't think so that people that they are not concerned about the worldly affairs. They are concerned actually. So you can watch and you should watch the news, but go for the English news channels again. And these tips are not only to learn English only. If you want to learn any language, any language, then you can apply this tip in each and every language. Of course, we are talking here because about the English only, because as an English trainer, I'll recommend you the English only. Suppose, that's why. So And the last but not the least, of course, let me tell you that it's last but not the least again. The last tip I'll recommend you is that do share your thoughts with other people around you. It's very important. Share your thoughts. Whatever knowledge that you do have now, that means you because if you are having some knowledge on the concept of science, or your English or your mathematical concepts are very clear, do and start sharing that knowledge with others, but in the language that you want to learn. Suppose if you want to learn English, then start sharing those concepts with the others. In that case, because you do have vocabulary because if you are having the knowledge for the same, you do have the good vocabulary database, you have the good sentence structures, and you are much confident regarding that topic, so you should start sharing those thoughts with others. Start sharing thoughts with the kids around you, or the people, or with the laymen. I can recommend you, or with the people who are not aware of that knowledge, to start sharing your thoughts. In that case, because one part of your mind would be relaxed, that I do have content, I do have a knowledge, I can speak on the topic, but the only your focus would be on the language, that I have to converse in English, or I have to convert my knowledge, my database into the English. That's it. So this is how you can start speaking at the beginning level, but you have to start. But let me make you remind that devotion, dedication, hard work is needed, because you may lose your interest after a week or 2 months or 3 months, and in that case it won't work. Because if you want to just have some skills, any skills, you have to pay efforts. You have to pay efforts on the same. And and on my channel, that is a total image, I try to cover up the content that is used in our daily life. I do not pick out the content that is not being used and very bookish content. I don't take that content. I do take the content that is very, very simple, like the pronunciation of onion is not onion, it's onion. So these type of content I do take in my daily life, on my channel, sorry. So you may watch my videos and be in touch with the same. So best of luck, all the best, and keep learning,